20% that
When you looked alive. At least now I'm gonna win the Deadpool, now that you're gonna die.
Soon the world is only gonna buy and sell products using bitcoins. It's like a complicated math equation.
So one day we're gonna buy things with numbers from a math equation.
Dope, right?
Oh, check it out, map of the whole house.
Huh. Do all rich people have panic rooms?
Yeah, man. Gotta spend that Bitcoin on something.
Like,
where did you find this kid?
Whatever you want to wager on, the money plane has you covered.
Rush.
Word is they carry up to $1 billion on board in crypto.
We really gotta figure out a better way to budget for this family's future.
Bitcoin.
What?
I don't know.
Krusty, are you broke?
Yeah, all it takes is some bad luck at the ponies, worse luck in the Bitcoin market.
Speaking of something I find interesting, did anyone read that article about Bitcoin I sent you?
Yeah, I can't believe a single Bitcoin is worth about $5,000 now.
Wait, didn't we mine some a few years ago?
It was 7 years ago.
Your 2 and 20 is now 1 and 10. The rest will be converted into cryptocurrency and paid to me.
And for what? So your multitude of computers and servers could solve some abstract math equations resulting in the mining of Bitcoin. Worth millions right now, whoopee, but backed by what?
To wit, maybe you could make out my checks to cash or Bitcoin.
Why don't you tell me what you know about Bitcoin as a jumping off point?
Okay, sure. Well, I'm pretty sure it was founded by a Japanese guy.
Or guys, or girls, going by the name Satoshi Nakamoto in 2008. True identity still unknown.
Okay, look, every day I read an article about how we're in a Bitcoin bubble.
And who is writing those articles? I don't want to say the establishment, but is it possible that Warren Buffett called Bitcoin a pyramid scheme because he has 92 billion conventional dollars to protect? Let's say he's right. Let's say Bitcoin dies. So what? MySpace, Friendster, they both died. But they paved the way for other social media tripe like Facebook and Twitter to completely overrun the planet. Crypto is out there, and it's not going away.
It just feels sketchy.
In the same way that a new internet is sketchy, Richard?
What?
What is crypto, if not decentralized, anonymous, secure, and an existential threat to the powers that be? I would think that you'd be all in on something like that.
My mother used to hide money in her socket. Bitcoin, totally untraceable. How much has she got on there?
4,999. She was going to make her payment, John.
My brother and I, we pay tuition at this school. We carry a 3.9 GPA at this school. We won trophies for this school, and we'll be rowing in the Olympics for this school. I want a meeting with the goddamn president of this school.
The twins you may remember from that movie, The Social Network, are in real life making a fortune.
Their names are Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss, identical twins and Olympic athletes.
Mark?
Famously portrayed in the film The Social Network.
Cameron Winklevoss.
Hi. Tyler Winklevoss.
You guys related?
It's good. Funny. I've never heard that before.
The Winklevoss twins are back in the spotlight again.
We probably bought our first Bitcoin within a block of here.
This time, as very successful investors in Bitcoin, having turned their $65 million Facebook settlement into many hundreds of millions of dollars.
If you believe that Bitcoin is the beginning of the internet of money, you can actually buy a piece of it. Anybody in the world can.
But nowadays, William Shatner has moved from space to navigating the crypto universe as a spokesperson for Solar Alliance, a company that's about to build the world's first solar-powered Bitcoin mining operation in southern Illinois. Mr. Shatner, a pleasure to have you on Fast Money. Thanks so much for joining us.
The pleasure is mine, but the mistake is
thinking I know anything about Bitcoin mining. I know about how to power the computers that mine for Bitcoin, but that is a strange area for everybody.
Yeah, you know what? Let me ask him real quick. Hey, Kev, I got someone that wants to know if we do Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any cryptocurrencies.
If we do what? That voodoo money. We don't take the voodoo, okay? So if you're out here trying to give us the voodoo money, we don't. Absolutely, yeah. What? We do take the voodoo. We do take. Hold on. This is actually it. Wait. Hold on, Jay. Don't hang up. I'm being told that we actually do take cryptocurrency. I'm being told that it's a legitimate investment that's worth almost 250 billion. Okay, yeah. All right, so we do take it. Yeah, yes, Jay, we take it.
I got it.
We take it. Roll the dice on that one.
Clearly, it's because Gwyneth Paltrow made a tweet. She had a tweet that came out right here. This is it. So, long story short, it says that she's been an acting advisor, or she's been acting as an advisor for the Abra ICO, which is a project aimed at offering a wide range of services to facilitate access to cryptocurrencies. So it says that, so it's believed that Paltrow made this tweet with just a view to promote the website, attracting public attention to an article that's called The Basics of Bitcoin and Cryptocurrency and How to Invest.
So the fact that Bitcoin has wild speculative changes in price and is constantly being hacked at every point of the network is a good thing.
I think the fact that you can buy drugs and ammo with it is actually a validator of the currency itself.
Johnny Depp is reportedly being eyed for the starring role in an upcoming biopic about the late cryptocurrency billionaire Matthew Mellon. The 55-year-old icon is said to be keen on playing the American businessman.
When you're acting in love, you're like a drop of water and you have the ocean as your army. When you act in fear, it's just you and your money. Now, you could take your money and put it in Bitcoin, put a credit form, put it in cash, or all your cash, and then stand up to the ocean, and who's going to win? I also want to talk about Harriet Tubman on a $20 bill.
We're following you. We're following it all. You set it up good. Okay.
That was the moment that I wanted to use Bitcoin, when I saw Harriet Tubman on a $20 bill.
And you love code, but you don't seem to be as bullish on Bitcoin. Do you have any, could you break down like why? Because you're talking about this big database that's more secure for faster transactions. It seems like Bitcoin's hitting at least some of those.
I'm neither here nor there on Bitcoin. Yeah. My opinion of Bitcoin is that, I think Bitcoin is probably a good thing.
Jack Dorsey decentralized Twitter 2 months before it really hit because he was talking to the Bitcoin guys. And these are guys that really have a perspective on what the true liberation of America and humanity will be. These guys, a lot of specifically these guys, but a lot of the tech guys were able to use the new highways, the new information highways, and create the next frontier of our existence.
What was the thought process with, one of the things that's kind of cool about the Cash App is that you can buy and sell Bitcoin with it.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to consider other forms of cryptocurrency as well?
Not right now. So back to the internet, I believe the internet will have a native currency.
Really?
It'll have a native currency. And I don't know if it's Bitcoin. I think it will, because just given all the tests it's been through and the principles behind it, how it was created, and it was something that was born on the internet, that was developed on the internet, that it was tested on the internet. It is of the internet, and we would love to see something become a global currency. It enables more access. It allows us to serve more people. It allows us to move much faster around the world. We made a children's book explaining what Bitcoin is and where it came from and how people use it and where it might be going. So we really tried to take on the role of education and to have some very simple, healthy constraints that allowed people to consider what their actions are in the space.
No doubt the biggest among the dozens of events is Consensus in Midtown, a 3-day bonanza hosted by CoinDesk. The event features an impressive roster of speakers, which include top Twitter head Jack Dorsey. Rapper Snoop Dogg will also be making an appearance, headlining the Ripple after party at a secret location in the Meatpacking District. Snoop may be the celeb at Blockchain Week, but he's not the only famous entertainer who's into them coins. A number of celebs have started endorsing crypto startups. There is Paris Hilton for Lydian Coin, Jamie Foxx for Robinhood, and even Steven Seagal for Bitcoin 2 Gen before authorities cracked down on it.
Bitcoin. That's something that my business partner Anthony Saleh called me about. He's like, yo, we got to get on this Bitcoin. This is the future. Virtual currency, man. This is what's good. And I'm like,
believe it or not, the cryptocurrency is more stable than the actual, fiat currency, the dollar. Ultimately because it's more controlled by the people. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, government is a business. Currency is the biggest business in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand money and how it works to understand crypto in so many ways, but more than anything, you don't really have to be educated to it to understand the security process of it. I can buy a Ferrari with Bitcoin.
Yes, you can.
I can buy a house with Bitcoin.
Correct.
I can buy whatever I want to buy with Bitcoin because it's just as equally valued as the actual dollar because the people say it is.
See, back in 2014, 50 had a pretty ingenious idea when he rolled out a new album.
Well, it didn't seem ingenious at the time.
No, but I think you got to be forward thinking. And he certainly was. His album Animal Ambition came out, and he allowed customers to pay for it in Bitcoin, which was pretty revolutionary at the time.
Well, and worth nothing.
Yes.
Well, at the time, one Bitcoin was worth about 662 American dollars. So they sold the album for a fraction of the cost of one Bitcoin.
That you're paying to get the album, and all of that comes in, and then it sits in 50's account. He was not checking his account.
Guys, he generated about 700 Bitcoin in sales. So back then it was worth a little over $400,000. Today alone, Bitcoin has fluctuated between $10,000 and $12,000.
It's at $11,000 today.
So his earnings are about $7 million to $8.5 million. That's total just today.
I understand cryptocurrency, I understand unregulated form of currency, I understand peer-to-peer transactions online. There's less than 1% penetration, and that's a fact because I can't spend Bitcoin here. I gotta still spend US dollars or MasterCard credit or, established credit. Any one of these stores, there's no penetration in the real world. So what happens when it gets 5% real world, when more people can spend their cryptocurrency at the store? Which is why we came to Amsterdam, because there's a city out here where the whole city is cryptocurrency friendly. And this is an example of what's going to happen to the rest of the world.
Mike Tyson was king of the ring. Now he's aiming to be the king of Bitcoin. The former champion of the world has lent his name to a new line of Bitcoin ATMs. Tyson has partnered with Bitcoin Direct to install 100 celebrity-branded machines.
And I don't think we've gotten to ask you yet, so it's an honor, Pitbull. What's the biggest money mistake along the way that you think you've made?
Oof, plenty of them. I mean, look, failure is the mother of all success, and in business, you got to understand that the biggest risk you take is not taking one. Matter of fact, I was just having a conversation backstage about Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, I had my own that about 5 years ago.
Are you in it?
No, I'm not in it, to be honest with you. I truly don't understand it to this point. I really want to know more about it, but it's amazing what they're doing in a virtual world, and we see that reality is becoming virtual, literally.
Venmo all day, because the cash do be coming in, you know that. My Litecoin app to see where my Litecoin at, because I don't trust Bitcoin. Litecoin forever.
For those of you who don't know, Guy is a very close friend of mine who just happens to manage Madonna and U2 and Amy Schumer and everybody in the world.
And so we found this very interesting tech company called Ripple that we're going to invest in.
Ripple is on a mission to make money more accessible to people all around the world. Today, international payments can be too expensive for folks around the globe that want to make a difference. Ripple is working to change that because Ripple is a company that cares deeply about giving back. Thank you, Ripple.
You're always thinking about everyone else. And we wanted to show you that people are thinking about you. So, on behalf of Ripple, we'd like to give you $4 million.
Of Bitcoin, because some people have said, hey, Bitcoin is the answer to those problems. Are you a believer?
Well, Bitcoin is exciting because it shows how cheap it can be. Bitcoin is better than currency in that You don't have to be physically in the same place. And of course, for large transactions, currency can get pretty inconvenient.
One can pay for a tour on Virgin Galactic up to the moon with Bitcoin. I think the Winklevoss twins have said that they would do exactly that. You think this is a currency that's really going to work eventually?
Well, I think it is working, and there will be other currencies like it that may be even better. But in the meantime, there's a big industry around Bitcoin.
But let me tell you, the apocalypse is coming, and you're going to need a Bitcoin. At least one.
Are you a Bitcoin salesman?